first, Castro or Stanton? All right, Mr. Stanton, you're up.
Thank you very much, Chairman, for that wise decision. Undersecretary Hellberg, I have constituents currently stranded in Mexico.
Time has expired there.
I have constituents currently stranded in Mexico following the operation that led to the capture of the drug cartel leader known as El Mencho and his killing. We have received numerous reports from constituents that the State Department's Consular emergency hotline, the number that they put out publicly for people to call, is going unanswered. My own staff has tested the number repeatedly. No one picks up. I'm asking you to maybe contact the leadership of the department, including Secretary Rubio, to let them know if they're going to put that number out there. It's such an emergency situation. You got to have people to answer the phones. You got to ramp up staffing on that. Obviously, it's great frustration and angst for the people stranded in Mexico currently. Mr. Chairman, commercial diplomacy is the daily on-the-ground work of advancing American economic power, but commercial diplomacy requires credibility, competitiveness, and coalition building to be effective. Unfortunately, President Trump's tariff regime is single-handedly, illegally, unconstitutionally destroying all three of those pillars. First, Trump's tariff regime is inherently and blatantly illegal. We tell the world we believe in rules-based trading system. We expect countries to honor agreements and follow the law. That is how the United States must lead. On Friday, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled in a 6-3 decision that Trump's IEEPA tariffs were illegal and unconstitutional, declaring, quote, the framers did not vest any part of the taxing power in the executive branch, unquote. Instead of respecting that decision, Trump announced a new 15% blanket tariff. This disregard for the rule of law at home makes it a lot harder to demand it overseas. Our diplomats should be enforcing standards, not explaining why our own policy keeps shifting. Credibility is leverage. This action by the president makes us weaker. Second, the issue of competitiveness. A tariff is a tax that is paid by the American people. And yet this Republican majority and its leadership have rolled over for this president even as they block Democratic attempts to reassert congressional power. Power the Supreme Court has reaffirmed belongs here in the House of Representatives. Even as the average family in America paid on average $1,700 more per year in additional costs. Now, I have the honor of representing Chandler, Arizona in Congress, and recently the Chandler Chamber of Commerce connected me with one of its leading members, a company called Falco, a small aerospace manufacturer in South Chandler that makes specialized aluminum products for the aircraft supply chain, including customers like Boeing, Cessna, and Lockheed Martin. They need a specific aerospace-grade aluminum that is not available anywhere in the United States. So when tariffs hit, Falco could not switch to an American supplier. They simply had to eat the cost. Falco's Chief Operating Officer, Greg Faley, is here with me today. Please stand, Greg. He is my guest for tonight's State of the Union. He said Falco's costs have gone up 72% this year because of these tariffs. That meant he can't hire. That means that Falco can't hire more people or meet the needs demanded by our national security industry. And the president still hasn't learned from his mistakes. After the Supreme Court ruling, Trump turned around to bash the justices of the Supreme Court and immediately put another 15% blanket tariff, another tax on the American people. That weakens both the United States companies and commercial diplomacy. These tariffs are not just defeating, they are self-defeating. Third, on the issue of coalition building, commercial diplomacy is about working with partners. I also serve on the China Select Committee. If we are serious about competing with China, we need our allies with us. Retaliatory tariffs spark retaliation. They strain relationships. They push countries to protect themselves from swings in U.S. policy. Close allies begin boycotting American goods. Supply chains are weakened because Trump made it more expensive to sell to the United States market. And our biggest trading partners started to make trade deals without us. Just this week, Canadian Prime Minister Carney is working to diversify trade away from the United States. This comes after he had warmed trade relations with China. Undersecretary, you have a very important job. Commercial diplomacy is essential to opening markets for U.S. companies, protecting American innovation, promoting investments in our nation. But your boss's illegal and unconstitutional tariff war is working against you every day. I wish more of my colleagues on the other side of the aisle would have your back like we need to. I yield back.